Hello and welcome to another edition of Rage Radio. This week I'm joined by my co-host Al Clockwork.
Hello.
And our special guests for this episode are Spax Gaming.
Yeah. Rage Radio now with 150% more professionalism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got professionalism coming out the yin yang.
Professionalism.
Yeah, this is a Hollywood production, guys.
Oh yeah.
And a real special treat for all you long-time listeners. Today we're joined by Moosca.
Oh god, I have to say things. Sup. Yep.
Yep.
It's great.
So for this edition of Rage Radio, we're going to be tackling the Fallout 4 DLC. Now, if you remember before, we covered Fallout 4, the base game, but we hadn't really gotten into the DLC of it. So, since the last time we talked about Fallout, the Automatron DLC came out, the Wasteland Workshop DLC came out, and just last week, the 1.5 update came out with Survival Mode. And now we are looking forward to the release of Far Harbor later this month.
I think everybody's gonna hate me because I've been making games too much actually to be able to play them.
Yeah, I think I'm really the only one here that's done the DLCs. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've played the base
I
game,
started on
but
Miser.
my computer's too much of a potato to run Fallout, so...
Well, see, here's the nice thing about that, right? So, the Automatron DLC didn't really look that great, but everybody had high hopes for it, and it turned out to be complete shit. It wasn't completely terrible, but it was basically a waste of time and memory. Wasteland Workshop came out, though, and I am one of the few that enjoy the Wasteland Workshop DLC, mainly just for the concrete and the building materials. I love now being able to use concrete walls, ceilings, and floors in my settlements. It provides a much cleaner look. And if you've seen or you're going to see my Citadel tour, you'll know what I mean. Now, as I said this past week, the 1.5 update came out, and with it came Survival Mode. Now, me being the only one to have played it, I will tell you all right now, if you haven't tried it, it is very much as hard as you would expect. Within an hour and a half of gameplay, I died 4 times and had to restart from the vault twice because I was unable to sleep anywhere before dying.
Shit.
Yeah. The new mechanic, I guess you could call it, of having to go back to a previous save and not being able to autosave, really is a pain in the ass. But, as much of a pain in the ass it is enjoyable. I would liken it to the rise in more hardcore gaming modes. If you look at the rise of Dark Souls and Bloodborne, where people are now starting to enjoy really fucking difficult games. Basically, what I would call the torture porn of games. So, what do you guys think? Do you think taking games into a more hardcore gaming spectrum, for lack of a better term, is a good idea? And have you guys played any hard games like that?
Okay, so... It all depends on the game. We just talked about Call of Duty in our last episode. Well, I think these are both... these are supposed to go up at the same time, but... we talked about Call of Duty earlier, and I don't want to... It's not... The fan base is developed, it's not for hardcore gamers. Like, maybe there's some hardcore people that are already in the fan base, but people don't play Call of Duty for that reason. So for going in that direction, in my opinion, would be a bad idea. But games like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, the Souls series, in general, earlier games, arcade games, Nintendo games, and all that, they are... that's what their fan base is designed around, and it's what draws people in. And of course, sometimes people, going back to the NES games comparison, they go hard but not fair. Like comparing it to like Dark Souls, you can, if you die, it's your own fault. Like you can make mistakes in a lot of places, but you can improve on there. But if you compare it to like Battletoads, where it's really mostly just luck, it really is, then you see the comparison. So I think making hard games is a good idea, but there's always got to be those casual games for, with people who like them. And to be frank, if you only play hardcore games, then you're going to be pissed off most of the time, and you're not going to be enjoying your games. So
Right, I can completely agree with that, and I think that's why I enjoy survival mode for Fallout 4 so much, and I enjoyed it in New Vegas as well. Fallout has always been, a big RPG first and foremost, but it's also been very story-driven. So even though you've got the, hardcore gaming aspect of the survival mode now, you still experience the same story. It's just going to take you a hell of a lot longer to get to the end now.
yeah.
How close is it actually to New Vegas's hardcore mode?
I would say pretty much spot on now. It's been years since I've played New Vegas on survival mode or hardcore mode or whatever it was called. But yeah, it's pretty much spot on. You still have to, you have to sleep, you have to be well rested, you have to eat, you have to drink. Now
Stim packs heal over time.
Yeah. Basically every single enemy in the game now you get radiation damage from.
Oh damn.
Oh yeah. Like
how is the is it locked on a harder difficulty, or is it like New Vegas where you can play on easy on hardcore mode?
No, it's just one straight mode. The
Okay,
one nice
awesome.
thing about it is they have integrated it in the way that you can continue a previous save on survival mode, or you could start a new game on survival mode. So when you start a new game on survival mode, obviously you can bitch out and decide to go back to a simpler difficulty. And you can also do the same with, using a previous save on survival mode. So you're not locked into it for a playthrough. You know what? Honestly, I gotta say, I think the survival mode alone beats the previous two DLCs. Really, I mean,
Nice.
it's been the best addition so far in my eyes, and I've only played so far. I think I logged 2.5 hours. And I played through the first DLC, and I've messed a lot with the Wasteland Workshop. But I'm loving the new survival mode. Now, I don't know if the viewers for my Let's Play are going to love it, because it's a lot of me dying and having to restart. But yeah, I mean, it
That's
adds...
where the fun is.
Yeah, it adds a large amount of replayability to Fallout 4.
You can always make a death compilation.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of material for that.
But, so, I personally didn't really play Fallout 4 too much. In terms of story, I think I got to Nick Valentine in terms of story, and then I just kind of went around and explored a bit. Basically, I played enough to get a feel of the game, and before I got, potatoes. But I played a lot of New Vegas and Fallout 3, and when I saw that there wasn't a survival mode at first, I was kind of confused, because it was something the survival mode in New Vegas was something that everybody liked, and and I thought it was just kind of like it would come with it. Like, I'm pretty sure that was a free update, but
Yeah.
it was something that I expected to come like on there. So with it having to be patched in later, I feel like the game might have been rushed in a way, because Fallout 4. And one of the reasons I stopped playing Fallout 4 was because I got bored of it. Like, it didn't feel right to me personally, and I think them having to put in the survival mode, I think it might show some signs of it being rushed, and that might be something to do, and that might be affecting the DLC as well. Like, with them rushing it out, trying to get it done faster, or maybe it's cut content. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, certainly...
One thing I've got to...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say one thing about cut content is, one thing that I've been kind of learning and being taught is that if it doesn't really fit with the game, then it doesn't really matter if you take it out. Because, like, if I decide to put dinosaurs in like a first-person shooter that's like modern day, then that's going to be cut content, but it doesn't really fit with the theme of the game. It doesn't really work with the other mechanics. So
Right, it would work better as a DLC.
yeah,
Oh,
or something completely separate, or just not in the game at all. So when people talk about there being lots of cut content, I kind of have to disagree and say, well, there's a reason why it's been cut. If it's just for DLC, it's a shitty reason, but it's still a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They said
that's-
they tried
just because
multiplayer
it's
and it
cut.
never made it into the main game.
Yeah, I mean, I think
And then
just
everything
because it's
happened.
cut-
We all fucked up. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been cut for a reason, and I admit that, like a legitimate reason besides DLC, but I mean, it's just one of those things that definitely does feel like it should have been in the game first, and just in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, and I think Fallout 4 really has went the full spectrum with that. So, okay, if you look at Automatron was strictly a, let me think, maybe a dozen quests in one quest line. That was something that could have easily been included in the base game. Wasteland Workshop is something that a lot of people at first would say, oh, well, that could be easily included in the base game as well. But it adds a ton of new features. So as much as it could have just came with the vanilla Fallout 4, it works a lot better as a DLC, and I'm certainly, I have no problem paying for it.
Yeah.
I guess
Far
Another thing-
Harbor is basically your stereotypical Fallout DLC.
It
So I
feel-
don't think we're going to see any complaints about that being like cut content. But I do think it's interesting how Fallout 4's DLCs have, as I said, went the full spectrum with the cut content debate.
I guess one thing I also have to say is that like no game is ever finished. You could always add something or make something better in some area.
Yeah.
So there is a point in time where you just have to get something out there, just push it out the doors. And maybe they could have had some more things that they included in the game. I'm not going to say that they didn't, but I do kind of believe Bethesda when they say, "Oh, hey, we didn't really have any plans for the season pass, so here it is. Buy it if you want to get a guaranteed certain amount of DLC," which honestly, I've heard a lot of people kind of have a discussion say, "Oh, I wish they'd had some more plans for the DLC before they just put it out there." I actually appreciate that they didn't have plans. It says they didn't cut things intentionally to put it in the DLC. I would probably have had a problem if they were like, "Here's a bunch of things that we could have released day one, but $60 for it. Thank you very much."
Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's been booming in the gaming industry lately. Mainly though with your
Sparta Pack.
oh god, it's mainly with your competitive gaming video games though. So like your Call of Duties, your well, I mean, I guess you can include sports
PvP games.
sort of. Yeah, PvP games.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell sometimes if something really is a cut content or not. Like, let's say theoretically, like they did sell the survival mode with as like some sort of like $1 DLC or something, just as like theoretically. I mean, it definitely does feel like something that should be in the base game, but it could be something that they generally didn't think of. And of course, it's going to be things that they have to cut to make the time. But it's definitely like it's hard to tell when if something genuinely is cut and they're doing something shady or not with that cut content.
Yeah, especially like day one announcements. Hey, pre-order the game and spend an extra $20 on the deluxe edition, and you'll get this extra fucking outfit.
Yeah.
Or games like Tom Clancy's The Division. Fucking.
Oh, yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of shitty practices going on there.
But anyway, to move it along, we've also, as I stated earlier, we have the Far Harbor DLC to look forward to. Now, we've not got much. Well, we have a decent amount of information on it, and we also have the trailer that just came out. So, as a special treat for you, we're going to just try something new here. We're going to do a live reaction. So, we'll see how it goes. If it goes terribly, who cares, because you won't hear it anyway. I'll cut it out of the podcast altogether. Rated M. Oh, look, boats!
Okay.
Bring my daughter home.
We got a little bit of story immediately. I kind of like that, not too much.
Hey, I like that prawn.
This is our fight. Our island.
It's our
So-
fight.
Not yours.
Our island.
So there you could see, previously there was the, creature
Storms.
container thing.
The
So we
Definitely
know
looks
there'll
like they're
be-
gonna have.
Get you all.
Looks like they're gonna have a lot of underwater combat, showing off a lot of like sea life, water, and diving equipment.
Yeah, I believe
Also,
there was
did you
4
guys-
new confirmed water enemies.
Did you guys notice that the children of Adam are up there by a fucking submarine with the
Yeah.
steam rising out of it? Like, oh hey, here's a nuclear submarine.
Yeah, I
And
think
this
that's,
definitely seems like something they would do.
I think that's going to be the main focus of this. Will be the children of Adam. Oh no, that's interesting.
Real fast.
Ooh.
Now, see, I don't know
Ah.
if that. So a lot of people
Okay.
have said that is Nick Valentine. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, first off, so like as I mentioned before, I played New Vegas, and those tubes look very kind of similar to what was keeping Dr. House alive
Right.
back in New Vegas. So I mean, maybe you have similar technology going on there. Maybe he knew Dr. House, Mr. House, I think. I don't know, but maybe he knew House or worked for him in some way, and that's how he was able to be kept alive. But I have a feeling that is something like he is definitely very like old, and he's using technology to keep himself alive in that
Well,
end.
Nick Valentine isn't a human. Nick Valentine is a synth.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Well, it's,
This is a synth, and also, I mean, so is Nick Valentine.
Yeah. So
It's
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
if it's
technology
going
in
to be.
vacuum tubes.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be Nick or if it's going to be because we saw that large computer room. So I'm
well,
thinking
Nick.
that
in the
at some
trailer-
point
oh,
in the
sorry.
gameplay.
No, go ahead.
So I'm thinking at some point in the gameplay, what's actually going to happen is that computer is going to take over Nick Valentine. And then to end the DLC, you get Nick Valentine back. Huh?
Maybe.
I
I
predict
mean,
that
I was-
Nick Valentine is going to try to integrate with that computer.
What if it's actually instead, fucking the guy who killed your wife takes over Nick Valentine for a bit, and you're going there
Kellogg.
in search of, Mr. Cornflake motherfucker is taking back over Nick Valentine, and now you have to go here because you've heard, Far Harbor has all this technology. Because you see them having all this, like, the fucking electric barriers, that's what I'm guessing there, the pylons with the radiating spheres of
Oh no,
electricity.
those are a new thing that were added in Wasteland Workshop. What you can do now is you can capture different creatures in cages, and using those you can keep them calm. Like you can have death claws in your settlement and shit now. So that's what that
So
was.
what if it's like Dr. Mar's like, we can't fix that here. You've got to go to Far Harbor. We hear they've got some stuff going on, and then you get embroiled in this conflict.
Right.
And they also said something about what killed one of our own. So maybe this robot guy, if it isn't Nick Valentine, he's like trying to live a peaceful life or something, but a villager came in to try and kill him because they're like, this creepy robot guy with tubes out of his fucking eyes. We gotta kill him. And so he's like, shit, self-defense, brah. And just war ensues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, that could be another route, is that, like, it was originally a large settlement of synths, and then the children of Adam came over in their sub and started fucking shit up.
Yeah.
It definitely looks
Yeah.
like there's probably 3 factions here: the Children of Adam, normal townsfolk, and the robot guy.
Yeah, at least those 3 so far, and then, I believe, I'm probably wrong here, but I believe, Bethesda said there are at least 5 new factions, so we still have 2 yet to be seen. And then obviously you have all the new creatures. There are new, there's like a new type of ghoul, at one point they show, and then your sea creatures and shit like that.
Yeah. So I paid close attention to that Children of Adam scene, and was the guy talking there? Like, the scene was like he was preaching to the rest of the children. He kind of sounded like the pastor dude from Fallout 3 who was worshiping the bomb in the middle of Megaton. He kind of sounded like him to me.
Yeah, and you know what? He was one of the Children of Adam. That was
No, he was their leader.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, in Fallout 3, yeah.
And I know in the expansion for it, like you get to play after Fallout 3 and maybe the events that happen after when you fix the purifier, you have to deal with a splinter faction from the Children of Adam that are poisoning travelers that are coming in from Megaton with radiation poisoning, and you gotta figure out how to deal. Yeah, so maybe there's a connection between there. Like, maybe you're dealing with one of those two factions, or maybe two of the factions are these two Children of Adam, factions duking it out or something.
All right, that's
like not just a peaceful people of Adam, but like the ones that want everyone. Yeah, the ones that want to fucking turn everyone into ghouls.
Yeah, the Splinter faction, in my experience, is very aggressive. But as soon as I saw those ghouls in the basement, I kind of pulled. I think I pulled the trigger just too soon.
I accidentally killed one of those motherfuckers, and now every one of the Children of Adam want to kill me. Even though, I didn't leave any witnesses alive. Just one guy. Killed him. Oh, hey.
Wait, in Fallout
everyone
4?
knows my name now. Yeah.
There's a basement full of ghouls?
No, sorry, the Children
3.
of Adam.
Oh, you
in
killed...
Fallout 4.
Okay.
In Fallout 4, I
Fallout
accidentally
3,
killed
the Splinter
one of them.
faction. In Fallout 3, the Splinter faction of the Children of Adam had ghouls in the basement. Like, I think they're like feral reavers, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. I thought you were talking about Fallout 4 there for a second.
Oh, no, I was talking about Fallout 4. I was saying that I went to a bunker, and I accidentally killed the Children of Adam, and they all hate me now. But that's fine, because I enjoy, going God mode with the fucking big boy and then just shooting them all to hell.
Yeah, see,
It's great.
That's one of the things I'm looking forward to, because I went to the glowing sea in Fallout 4 simply to do the quest line for the Institute, where you have to meet up with that scientist, whatever the fuck his name is.
Virgil?
Yeah, Virgil, thank you.
Hey.
I only went there for that, and I've done zero exploring in the glowing sea because it just seems like a hassle to me. So it's going to be nice to actually get to experience a quest line featuring the Children of Adam without having to deal with constant radiation poisoning.
The glowing sea, I'm going to be kind of honest here. It felt a little bit like a little bit disappointing because it's like, oh yeah, here's this great, awesome area. But it's like, oh, everything here wants to kill me, and it doesn't look scenically appealing.
Yeah, it's such a large space, and just from going, like, the initial one you had to walk to the cave, there didn't seem like there was much there other than just enemies and Children of Adam. So there wasn't even, like, any incentive for me to go back and explore.
I don't know what I couldn't have designed for that.
But, we do hear a bit of a storyline, though. Someone kidnapped, I'm guessing it was the villagers, the original the original townsfolk kid. And,
and that's what brings us and Nick in.
Yeah. And then bringing in the idea of the Children of Adam, maybe that, the Splinter faction, maybe the more fanatical ones are the ones taking the kids and maybe doing something with them, like maybe turning them into ghouls or something. And that's part of the conflict.
I'm curious though. Now that we've all had months and months to play it, what do you guys think about how there was all this graphic speculation when it was first announced?
I thought it was bullshit when it was first announced, and I paid it no mind. And yeah,
he just wanted to get his opinion
I
out
was
there
the
for
opposite.
once.
I was well aboard the fucking hype train, and I don't know. It Fallout 4 is a great game. It didn't necessarily stray away from my expectations, but for some reason, being hyped so much, even for that 4 or 5 month period, it just sucked to me the first time I played it, and it's taken me really until last month or the month prior to really get into it. And now I'm fucking with it almost on a daily basis.
Yeah, that was my problem. Why I ended up quitting and picking it up again for a little bit. And it was mostly the hype, and I expected something to be extraordinarily good, and and those expectations were definitely wrong. But when you get those expectations, it's hard. It's hard to look past them.
Yeah, I honestly just kind of got burnt out. I put in like 120 hours in like the first 2 weeks, and then I just didn't touch it very much afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same.
I don't even think I hit 3 hours. and I pour everything into games too. Like I think by the time I finally put down Skyrim for like good, I had like somewhere between 200 and 300 hours, and I was like level 120 and.
All right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't talk about my game hours because that's just bad.
Yeah, mine neither. I'm a very unhelpful gamer. I've got I've got a 4-digit number in Fallout New Vegas. I'll say that much.
Holy shit. I mean, I don't know. I know I played Fallout 3 pretty steady for like 2 years. And then same with Fallout New Vegas. I don't know. I never really paid attention to the time I played. I just know I spent a lot of my life engulfing myself in the apocalyptic wastelands.
But so going back to the trailer, so I am curious how Nick Valentine does kind of tie into all of it. Like I don't know if like everyone already knows this, but it doesn't look like he like runs off by himself. Looking at the trailer, it looks like he does accompany you, and like I'm curious like what kind of connection he has to this place, or maybe they put him there to like surprise you with a different companion or something.
I think I'd heard before that Nick Valentine has caught wind of a case in Far Harbor.
Yeah,
and so,
that's that missing girl, and then.
Oh, okay.
So what it'll be essentially is you'll get a quest marker to meet with Nick Valentine, or he'll talk to you if he's your companion, and then he'll tell you, oh, there's a girl missing, and then wherever she goes missing from, and then you'll have to go to Far Harbor.
Yeah.
that throws out like part of my idea from what I said earlier, like, oh hey, this technology to repair Valentine. But now it'd be interesting though, like if you stumble upon the technology and you have to remove.
Well, yeah, I think they're gonna.
Mr. Cornflake, motherfucker.
I think they'll definitely, Mr. Cornflake. Yeah. I think they'll have to tie that in somehow though, because with the Brotherhood of Steel, like if you're playing and the Brotherhood of Steel are still alive, I'm sure there will be some quest lines for those people as well, and possibly that may even be another faction. Because one way to fix it, if you've killed off the Brotherhood of Steel, would be to have the Brotherhood outcasts in Far Harbor. And
you'd think the outcasts would join up with Max and No after the lion with Elder Lions and all of them go, because that was the outcast's main problem, was him in particular and his daughter, I believe.
Please tell me it's not just me that wants to see like mods referenced in more DLC. Like, imagine if something like Fallout Frontier or Lone Star was like legitimately referenced in the DLC.
Like really popular mods. I'd like to see that.
What if they had one of the main characters from the mod make a cameo?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be awesome, and I know Bethesda's never been too shy about it, saying eat fuck.
Two bears high-fiving.
That would be something interesting to see, and I think Bethesda's never really been too shy about saying that they are very grateful for their mod community. I mean, if you even look at the Fallout 4 announcement at E3, Todd Howard even spoke about how, they love the modding community and they want to integrate it more. So, I think that's definitely a possibility. We could see, the bigger mods and certainly the questline mods referenced, or even just as much if they would take, some hints from the mods, which I think they're really doing. Like the settlement crafting and Wasteland Workshop DLC, are certainly inspired by the thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube from Fallout 3 and New Vegas of people customizing their little homes. You know, back in the days when we had to pick up rifles and random shit and set it down somewhere just to make it look a little bit nice.
Yeah.
And then certainly, you know, there were mods with where you could actually build your own, and it would change the locations and stuff. So,
yeah, I know one particular guy made them for both Fallout games and Skyrim.
So anyway, let us know down in the comments section. What do you think? Are you looking forward to Far Harbor? I started out when. Right after Automatron came out and I finished it, I told myself, you know what? This is the second time you felt disappointed. Don't get excited. And then they made me happy with Wasteland Workshop. And then they really made my dick hard with the survival mode. So I am excited for Far Harbor, and I really do think they're going to put out something good this time. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looking at Far Harbor, it looks really good. Looks more like an expansion than a DLC. Like, it definitely feels like you're going to be having a new part of the game in rather than, like, little tiny things. So,
yeah, like, the teaser trailer almost rivals some trailers from games that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare, yeah.
God, don't bring that bullshit into Fallout.
Hey guys, I got a
That's
joke for
the
you.
other episode.
I got a joke for you guys.
Oh God, no!
Infinite Warfare.
That's just a joke that makes Mike sad.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Far Harbor, though. It's probably going to bring me back into Fallout if I can spare some time.
Oh yeah, me too.
That and the creation kit, to be honest.
Oh fuck yes.
Although mine's broken, so I'm going to have to try and figure out how to do that, how to make it work. What about you, Spax?
What about?
Jesus
you gonna
Christ. I went over this.
I already said that I'm looking forward to Far Harbor and the creation kit.
Alright.
Do I have to say that like 6 times? Is that what you want?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that the level of professionalism that we want?
Reiterate to the viewers.
Okay, you cock-sucking dickbags that are watching this video, I am looking forward to Far Harbor, and I'm also looking forward to the creation kit. There. You happy? Professionalism 101. There you go.
Oh my God.
Oh, and No Man's Sky is coming out this summer, so at least something good will definitely come out.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, and as always, I've been Mad Mike.
Oh fuck! I did say things. I'm Moose.
I'm Clockwork. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, Spax.
God damn it! This is Spax Gaming. Bye.
So professional.
Fuck yes.